Hi, Jill. It's Kody Brown. Happy Mother's Day. Your husband joked about you having a crush on me, and I'm glad that you are a fan of the show. And it shows that he's pretty secure in your relationship, that he can talk about that. It's embarrassing for me, but I'm glad you guys have a good relationship, and I hope that you and Pat, who this is from, are getting along well. I hope he treats you very well, very special on your special Mother's Day.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're going to do a lighter video on the sister wives. We have done a lot of very heavy content related to that, and I thought let's just do a what's going on with the sister wives, what is going on with their nonsense online. Now, did you see that video that I just posted in the very beginning of this video? That's Kody Brown on Cameo. Okay, I talk about his Cameo all the time because I think it's nonsense that he charges $150 to spend less than 2 minutes repeating the same things to every single person that wants to get a Cameo from him. And this one is from a husband to a wife and is asking Kody to give her a Mother's Day message. And the husband says that his wife has a crush on Kody, and Kody says that he's embarrassed by that. And I'm like listening to him say that, looking at his mouth when he's saying that and saying, I don't believe a thing you're saying, Kody. Because then he says, I hope everything's good in your relationship. I hope he treats you well. It's good that you can have that kind of relationship where he can make those kinds of jokes. Do you think that any one of Kody's wives could ever admit to having a crush on any guy in front of him other than if they were filmed for the show? And do you think his response would be the way that he's acting in this video? I don't think he would handle it, but I also don't think he's embarrassed. I think he loves that he has this woman that's out there in the world that has a crush on him. I also think if she didn't have a boyfriend, he or a husband, he'd probably be trying to date her right now as we speak. So Kody Brown gets hit on Cameo, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are still women out there that believe that Kody is the bee's knees and are attracted to this man. So Kody is in Flagstaff, Arizona with his only wife, Robyn, and his wives, former wives, Janelle and Christine, reunited recently in Utah to spend some time with David, her fiance, and Truly, and they did some ATV, they did some driving of a vehicle in the desert. And Christine shared why she loves David and why she thinks he's a great man, which is directly throwing some shade at Kody. And Christine and David are apparently going to be getting married this summer. And so is Gwendolyn. So there's that. And Kody and Robyn are still on the verge of bankruptcy. So let's dive into today's topic. Before we do, can you please do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up? Also, subscribe to my channel if you've not yet subscribed by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Make sure to click on the bell so you get notified of any time I go live and new content loads. If you have something to say, make sure to say it. And if you have a comment, write it just like saying it, and share this video with your friends. Kody and Robyn are in Flagstaff, and their property has to be paid off in 1 month. Who wants to bet the property will end up in foreclosure? Me? Just me? Just me? I check the real estate listings almost daily, and I've still not found any of the properties up for sale. So either he's going to pay these off or he's going to lose them. While Kody's dealing with all of his wives moving on and his bank account dwindling, in a video I just uploaded, we talked about how Jim Bob Duggar did not pay his kids, and he's been accused by Jill of forging her signature on contracts and filming her births without being paid. And I thought about Kody in that video. I said, you know, Kody has not paid his children. His kids appeared on all these episodes. None of them have contracts with the network. None of them have been paid by the network. And Kody is doing a lot of the same thing with his kids. And reality children that have their lives taped and are filmed and everyone knows who they are don't have a lot to show for it. So Kody and Jim Bob are very similar. They're two, in my opinion, narcissistic men that have exploited their families to make themselves wealthy. So it would make me feel a lot of happiness to see the wives thrive and the children thrive and Kody go broke. Same with Jim Bob going broke. Like, I wouldn't cry if he went bankrupt and his kids all became millionaires. So, except for Josh. So, Kody is on his Cameo, and he doesn't do that many. Thankfully, there's not a lot of people. There's not a huge market for his Cameo. Otherwise, he would be making a lot more money than he does, and he'd be making a lot more cameos than he does. But Christine and Janelle uploaded a video, and they were in Utah.
What? Oh my gosh! No way!
Okay, now we're going up that.
We're gonna go up that now. That almost scares me more. It's like straight from like the ground. This is like
Wait until you get at the bottom and you look up and you're like, oh crap.
So they're RZRing in Utah. And if you know anything about Janelle, she does not like heights. She doesn't like climbing things. And so she's like clutching her hands on the bar and terrified. Meanwhile, Savannah looks super happy and completely unbothered enjoying this. And Christine's just like so natural and just like, yeah, this is great. Christine actually is starting to look a lot more comfortable in herself. She also uploaded a video where she was doing a car confession and she was wearing like an off-the-shoulder top and a plunging neckline, which showed a little bit of cleavage. And I was like shocked because when the show first aired, she used to criticize her daughters and McKelty for wearing clothing that was too revealing. And so it shows to you that she's really abandoned this mindset about modesty. And I also started thinking, like, do you think that Christine, having had all of these thoughts and having been brainwashed to believe that she can't wear certain things and having transferred those teachings onto her children and then kind of shaming them about their clothing, do you think she's gone back in time or gone back into her kids and apologized for that? I just wonder, like, I know, like, it's hard when you're growing up to have your parents be real critical of your body and the changes that you're making and objectifying you for being a woman and noticing your chest developing. And it's can be very damaging to a girl's self-esteem to have people shame and degrade them. So I wonder if Christine's gone back to apologize to the way she treated her kids and wrote about them in her book. I mean, in Becoming Sister Wives, Christine wrote about how her oldest girls were wearing clothing that was too tight and too risky and too immodest. Do you think she's apologized to McKelty for that? If not, you should apologize to her. That'd be great. Okay, so, but it's really happy, and it's good to see her happy, and it's good to see Janelle and Christine together. Now, here's the thing. Are they still friends? Yes. I do wonder if this is being filmed for the show, and these activities are for the show. I don't know, like, how much of a relationship these two continue to have outside of their contracts with the network, but it's great to see them doing stuff together. Now, Christine also shared on her Instagram something that she loves about David, which was related to how he handled the situation with Truly. So on her Instagram, she said, "One of the reasons I love David so much, Truly was stuck on a hill and he climbed up to help her and then patiently taught her how to climb down by her." So in the comments, people were like, Kody never would have done anything like this, because when Kody was trying to teach Truly how to ride a bike, he was like, there's basically no crying in baseball. Kind of that mentality, like, suck it up, you need to learn how to ride a bike, and Truly did not want to learn how to ride a bike. And he was like, she needs to learn how to ride a bike. So people were saying that Kody would never be like that. And yeah, so it's nice to see that he is patient with Truly and that he's helping her. And it sounds like Christine is very happy in her new relationship. Now, her wedding apparently is going to be this summer, allegedly, according to The Sun. Now, obviously, it's The Sun, so take it for what it's worth. This is from The Sun, so take it for what it's worth. But it says that she's ready to wed and she is going to be marrying David this summer in an intimate down-home Utah ceremony. So here's the thing. Gwendolyn's getting married in July, so this kind of shocks me. But a family insider tells The Sun this. It's happening very soon. I've heard around July. It will be in the middle of the summer and definitely before the kids go back to school. And that the nuptials will take place in Utah, where the newly engaged couple bought a home. So Gwendolyn's getting married in July and Christine's going to get married in July. That's wild. But not shocking, I guess. And the source went on to say is they're looking at multiple venues. One is a popular ski resort. They'd love to have a nicer outdoor wedding with stunning mountain views in the background. And this will definitely be filmed for the family's TLC reality show or a potential spinoff. First of all, the reality show is filming, and producers have already said that there is not a spinoff coming because right now they are filming literally everything for the show and there's no reason to spin anything off, and they have no interest in spinning anything off. So again, take that for what it's worth. This will probably air on Sister Wives. Fast engagements and fast-moving courtships are not uncommon in the culture she grew up in, nor is it uncommon in the LDS faith. And David comes from that background. I don't believe either one are practicing, and Christine does not believe in the Mormon faith at all. So even though they're out of it, they might still be living inside of that cultural mindset of like the quickness of getting married and engaged and getting everything official. But as far as like Kody being invited to the wedding, this person says no, and that they believe that the only family member of the adults invited will be Janelle, and that Janelle might be considered as a bridesmaid. But the source went on to say this: Kody will definitely not be invited, and she's not good friends with other wives, specifically Robyn and Meri. The only one she still talks to is Janelle. It's up in the air whether Robyn and Meri will even get invites. Their family is so broken at this point, that's very clear. It's going to be, from what I hear, very intimate, mostly close family. She's super close to her mom, and obviously her kids will be there, and his kids and their families. And she has apparently is doing all of the wedding planning herself. She is a very big party planner, and she's loving it. She's a huge people pleaser, so she's trying to make sure that the wedding will make other people happy, not just her and David. And whether or not it's going to be a big budget, she says that she isn't one to spend a lot of money and isn't over the top extravagant, and that she'll be making a lot of things on her own. She's very into homemade decor and doing things for less. So she did make a post on her Instagram about helping her with her wedding, looking for different people for venues and for cakes and for planning and all of that. And if it's being filmed for the show, it's very likely that she will receive a bonus. So while it might not be big budget, she might get extra money from the network for the wedding. And Kody not being invited wouldn't surprise me, and I wouldn't expect to see Robyn and Meri at the wedding either. There's something very weird to me about a show about sister wives with her wedding and her new husband being on the show. Like, I know that TLC doesn't want to do a spinoff, but imagine like you're literally going to have your wedding filmed on a show with your ex who was abusive to you and to your children, and your biggest moment is going to still be featured on a show that he's a part of. I would have a hard time like reconciling that. Like, I personally don't think I could do that. I mean, I'm sure if there's a contract, she doesn't have a choice, but the contracts that they have are generally like season to season, sometimes a couple seasons depending on the ratings. She would have to go into this with like the mindset of like, my new wedding is going to be featured on a show with my ex. I don't know about that. Like, I wouldn't like that. That's me. But I'm not a reality television person either, so that's also me. I don't know what you guys would think. I think it's weird. I still think in the long term it would be better for her to move on, away from Kody, away from the abuser, away from the man that's been abusing her kids, away from the toxicity of the cult, away from the pro-polygamy content, and more towards just like her own life. TLC wants to keep this a family show. I don't know how you keep a family show when the family doesn't even function. I mean, they don't even like each other. And so we're going to be watching a scripted television show again, where they're going to get together forced contractually and pretend like they're all one big happy family. Maybe, maybe not. So Christine's marriage, Kody's not invited. Kody's getting flirted with on Cameo. Janelle's visiting Christine. She could be a bridesmaid. Janelle is still living in Flagstaff. Meri's still in Parowan, Utah. Robyn is continuing to be MIA. And Kody and Robyn's property has not yet entered into foreclosure. Their house is currently still not on the market. And their plans of leaving Flagstaff still remain very much up in the air. And Kody and Robyn will be bankrupt once the show is over. Well, maybe, according to old statements made by Janelle. I would love to see the show end for Kody and Robyn. I would love to see them no longer have a platform. I would support a show without Kody and Robyn, without pro-polygamy, and with a show of like what it's like to move on from this. How do you recover from this? How do you find a new life after this? How do you deal? What's it like after leaving polygamy? That's what I would love to see. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.